Hey everyone, we are out on the front deck today and I'm going to be planting up my flower cart, which I am so excited for. So let me go take you over and show you what I'm thinking. I don't know exactly what I'm doing yet. Like I know some plants that I'm going to put in other places, and then I've just kind of gathered all of the plants that I might want to put over there. This is my flower cart. I got it from Deer Park Ironworks, but it is also something that they sell, I think, at Walmart and Home Depot. The reason I got it is because this is my storage corner. You can see from like the garbage can, that can that I use to take things to the back to my composter. And instead of just having things all in a pile, I like to kind of make things pretty. So even though I will have plants on it and in front of it, it is also where I will store like my watering cans, any extra pots if I don't fill all of the pots that I have. So I've had this since 2022, and I think ever since I got it, I've grown a morning glory up it, and that completely covers the roof. So I've just been doing that ever since. And last year, I think what I did is I put a bunch of different trial plants from Ball Horticultural, and my goal was to kind of make it look like it was a flower cart at like a market and just had a bunch of different flowers. And I'll put in a picture or video I have of it here, and that's exactly how it turned out. And I find that because there were so many different flowers and so many different colors, that I wanted to create something that's a bit more simple and peaceful this year. So I think I'm going to stick to white flowers. So we'll see if I do stick to that or not. But here is what I've brought over. So first off, in this flower box, I think I'm gonna do a mix of the Dichondra Falls and the Campfire Marshmallow Bidens. And then I think I'm also going to do like a combination of those plants in this pot. I already do have potted up here my Snow White Gomphrena, a strawberry plant. I have my Virginia back there. And then what else do I have? I brought over the Coconut Appeal Black Susan, the one that will climb. So this is the one I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it yet, but we'll kind of see where the day takes me. And then I also have the Angel Wings. I know one of these I want to put inside as a houseplant, but I love these so much. This has happened to me before. I love these so much, but I don't know where exactly to put them. So we'll see if I find spaces for those here. And then I got this, which is an evergreen, but it's the, let's try to pronounce that, Pyrocomeles berry box. So it has white flowers now, and then it will have red berries, and it's really cute. This is a perennial, so I think I'm gonna put it in a terracotta pot because I like the idea of evergreens and terracotta, but it's not gonna be like its permanent place here. Like I might plant it somewhere else eventually in the future, but that is what I'm working with right now. So what I think I'm gonna do is pot up the two that I'm pretty sure I know what I'm gonna do with, get those in place, and then kind of figure out the rest from there. All right, I'm gonna plant up this flower box first, and I think I'm gonna do 5 plants total, and I will do a Silver Falls Dichondra, Bidens Dichondra, Bidens Dichondra. I probably am overplanting, so this says, this is definitely a trailer, but what does it say in terms of spacing? 18 inches minimum. So like, technically, I could just do this, but I think I want to overstuff. And again, if I realize I need to take something out, I can do that. But let me look at the Bidens in terms of spacing. Yeah, this is 10 to 16 inches. So we're gonna stuff. So let's go ahead and do that. So I'll take out these, and I'm gonna put this far over here in the corner. We'll need to add some more potting soil to this mix. Then we'll do Bidens. Then another Dichondra right here in the center. Yeah, I think I'm gonna like this palette more just because it's going to be a bit like calmer to look at, even though the rest of my garden is full of all different colors. I don't know why. I think I just want that this year. That's what I'm feeling. The other Bidens. And then the third Dichondra. And this will be nice too, because these can trail quite a bit. And if there's anything like underneath on the bottom of the flower cart that maybe isn't the prettiest, like dirty pots or something, this will cover that up. Obviously, once they grow a lot longer than they currently are. All right, I think I'm gonna like that. So now I need to water these in. These I feel like I know pretty well, so I don't need to save the tags. I'm gonna save the tags just in case. I think this is good. I will water it in once I get everything in place. So let's go ahead and put this back onto the flower cart and then plant up the next container that I know what I'm gonna put stuff in. All right, I'm gonna do this pot next, which is going to sit on the ground in front of the flower cart, and I'm gonna use the rest of those plants. So the Dichondra Silver Falls and then the Bidens. And I think I'm gonna do something like this. So it'll kind of mimic that, and it looks like I actually coordinated, because I did for the first time in a while. So let's actually put you in first in what will be the front. And then the 3 Bidens. And I'm not going to put the name tags in this one, because if I already have them in the flower box, I don't also need them in the container right next to it. But again, I am pretty familiar with these, so I feel like I should be able to remember it either way. There we go. This one will go back on the ground. Other than the flower box, I'm not sure if everything's in its like permanent place. Well, not permanent, they're containers. I can move them around at any time, but oh, I really like that. Should probably move the camera so you can see. Yeah, I think I'm really gonna like this. Should I stick? No, I was gonna say, should I stick one of the other ones in the middle? No, no, no. There's enough plants in that pot. I'm gonna do the berry box next, and I have just an 8-inch terracotta. I don't know how quickly this is gonna grow. I mean, it's not like an annual that's gonna grow to its full size in one season. I'm gonna put it in here, see how it looks. I might opt for a size larger. Let's see what this looks like. I also don't know how big the root ball is. Like, the container is pretty large, but that doesn't mean the root ball of the plant is large. Let's see. As I make a mess all over the table. So I actually don't think the root ball of the plant, I will just clean this up later, but I don't think the root ball of the plant is actually large. Like, I think a lot of it is just the filler in the pot. So this might actually be, yeah, I think this is actually a good size for it right now, so that the pot doesn't look too large next to it. So I'm just going to put the rest of this that it came in there. That way it's just not sitting in this nursery pot on my garden. It looks prettier, and then at some point, maybe in the fall, I'll figure out where I'm going to put this, because I really like it. I love that it has these little white flowers now, but I love evergreens that have red berries on them. I don't know if they remind me of like Christmas or just festive times in general, but I really love anything that does make those red berries. So now we'll put you somewhere for, well, maybe like in there. I don't know. Again, I can move these around at any point. Let's scoop the mess back into this pot. All right, I've made some more decisions. This time, what I'm gonna do with 2 of the coconut appeals that I have. So, I have this container, which is maybe 12 inches in diameter. I feel like it looks smaller on there than it actually is. And I put it on this wheeled platform because I'm not sure if I wanna keep it over by the cart or if I might move it somewhere else. But first off, so I was trying to decide if I would try these in a part sun area, and thanks to everyone who responded, most people said that if they grew them not in full sun, they vined vigorously, but they didn't flower. And I definitely want these to flower. So what is, the height could be 60 to 96 inches. What does it say for spacing? It says minimum 14 inches. So technically that would mean 1 plant per pot, which I feel like would still go crazy, but I'm gonna do 2 plants per pot in this pot here, and then I'm gonna put in a tomato cage, and then hopefully I'll get just like a mound of flowers over the cage that I can wheel around wherever I want. At least that is the plan. So should I plant first or cage first? I might cage first. Let's put in some fertilizer. And then I need to grab the cage. So the cage is in place. One thing I'm wondering is that this pot, it's just like slightly wider than it is deeper. And when I have these in the 30-gallon grow bags, they're pretty secure because those are deep. This does wobble a little. So I'm wondering how it'll do for climbing, but I'm just gonna go for it anyway, I think. So we'll put in 2 of these into here, and I'm interested to see what happens. I feel like I'm either going to be impressed that I did 2, like, okay, that was a good idea, or it's going to be a very, very wrong decision. But we won't know until we try. So, got 1 in there now. These smell nice. It almost smells like some sort of vegetable, like a cucumber plant or zucchini plant or something. Like, it reminds me of my vegetable garden, that scent. So that's in that side. We'll do this one over here. And I guess I will say one of the tags for these. Again, this is my first time growing any of these. What is the Latin name? Thunbergia alata. So with my morning glory, it kind of just finds its way up on its own. I don't know if I need to help guide this one or not. These are also going to be happy because they were already trying to latch on to the plants that they were sitting near. So I'm wondering if they'll just kind of find their way up, or if I should, might be tangled on each other right now. I feel like when I have a necklace that gets tangled and I'm like, well, this is going to be tangled forever now. Oh, there we go. So let's get you over there. Put you up here, maybe. I'll just kind of go like that. All right, let's try that on the other side. Who knows if, a gentle breeze will come and knock these off as I'm trying to okay, that one was much easier to untangle than the other one. But let's wrap you around, and hopefully these start climbing up. And I think they are going to be, like I said, much happier now that they are in a pot. Oh, I am excited for this one. I'm excited for everything, but I'm very excited for this. Let's scooch you over here for now. And I think what I'm going to do next is another thing that I'm not sure is a good idea or a bad idea. Basically, what I'm going to do is take this Autumn Blaze Celosia from Floret and shove it in here with the Morning Glory. So this is a bigger pot than I grew the Morning Glory in last year. It does still always have a gigantic root ball. I think the spacing was maybe like 12 inches as well, but I don't want to give up the Celosia. And I think it'll be really pretty, so we're gonna do it. And again, if things start to look like they're not very happy, I can always move a plant somewhere else. And I will say too, even though I always space things closer together than is recommended for the most part. Oh, this root ball was not big at all yet on the celosia. Interesting. So anyway, even though rarely do I space things what's recommended, I usually shave off a few inches. I don't space things, well, I try not to space things super close together because then I just don't even give the plant a chance. So I love China Asters now, but 2 years ago I thought I hated them because they didn't do well. They didn't do well because they gave them about 2 inches of growing space, and they needed a lot more than that. So I always like to, again, shave off a few inches so I can get things to fit in my garden, but not go too crazy close with them. All right, there's that. I'm just gonna put the rest of the soil in this pot. And then I think the last thing are the angel wings. So yeah, I think I'm liking this. It feels, I have fewer, so far, pots overall back here. And I'm trying to stick to that because I just feel like a breath of fresh air instead of feeling like too claustrophobic when I'm out in the garden. So, but again, we'll see as I keep working through all the plants that I have left. All right, now let me take a look back and then we'll see where I want to put the angel wings, because I think I do want them out here. I think those would be really pretty. All right, so for 3 of the angel wings, which I don't know why, but I keep wanting to call these angel faces. No idea why. I'm going to put them in this other flower box I have that is slightly smaller than the ones I planted the Dichondra and Bidens in. And I think I'm going to set that on the bottom. And then at that point, I think that's everything that I'm going to plant on the cart so far. We'll see. Again, we'll see how this all goes, but I am really liking how my garden is turning out this year. Like I've mentioned before, I'm going slower. I am making sure I have things in the right spot. I'm not feeling bad if I don't have space for things, and I will give them away to people that want them. So I definitely feel like every year in the garden, it becomes more and more of what I love. Because the first year I thought I had to do like everything. I can't say no to a plant because I need to see what that's like. And then my garden was just crowded of things, and I was watering things and taking care of things that I didn't really love. So I like this way a lot better. And my garden is a bit different than I would say probably most people's gardens, because the majority of mine is annuals. I mean, I do have some perennials, but I have, issues keeping some perennials alive over winter in containers. It's much more difficult than if they were growing in the ground. So my garden can change a lot from year to year, where a lot of people's gardens, the more perennials you have, the more your garden is going to stay the same every year. All right, we're done with everything I'm going to plant for the flower cart for now. So let me put this in the place it's going to go, and then I will show you how everything looks. I'm looking at it right now, and I'm really loving how it turned out. Here it is. And like I said, I'm really happy with how it turned out. It just feels much more peaceful to look at than when it was a bunch of different colors of flowers. And I think I'm gonna love it. I'm trying to get my shadow out of the way here. But again, in this right front pot, we have 3. I put 3 in there of the Snow White Gomphrena. Those will definitely fill in. Strawberry plant in front. Then I have the Bidens and Dichondra in the bottom left. 3 of the angel wings, not angel faces. This is the flower box of the Dichondra and Bidens here. Then I have that berry box evergreen down there. Oh, I also put in this, which is a decorative piece in my garden. I'll tell you the story in just a second of why I have this. And then I have over here the coconut appeal. And I still need to water everything in. Oh, yes, and then the celosia I tucked in back there. So I still need to water everything in. And then I'll put everything back. I don't know if I feel like doing that right now because I feel very warm. So I might wait on that till tomorrow. But yeah, once this is all filled in, especially with the roof there, I mean, you're not even going to be able to see the roof at all. It's just going to be a mass of green leaves. I'm really happy with this. So the funny story about that little flower-shaped item with the bird on it is that it is, I don't know what the technical name is, but it's something you put in the ground so that you can change directions with your hose without like hitting anything, so it keeps the hose in place as you turn the corner. I thought it was just a little cup to fill with water for the pollinators. So I got it thinking that. I went to check out, this was last year, and I forgot what they said. They said something about hoses. And I was like, yeah, you just fill it with the hose. And I don't know if they either didn't hear me or they were just like, we don't know what she's talking about. But they were like, yeah. And then I got home and I don't know what made me Google it. Maybe it was something that they said when I was checking out that made me think, am I doing this correctly? And then I looked it up and it wasn't a little cup for pollinators, but that is what it is now. So that's everything for this video. I'm excited. I'm trying to look around. I think out here, that's everything I had like on my official list of things to plant up. Maybe I'll pop something else in here, but I might be done planting on the front deck, which is weird. Maybe we're almost into maintenance mode now. So yeah, I think that's gonna be everything for today, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.